Hello everybody, it's Sierra, the Artsy Badger, and for day 8, we're gonna do a little cactus doodle. So, as you saw with my skull video, I used Copic markers, so it inevitably bled. So I'm gonna be using this black paper to cover up the bleed. Some cute washi tape, and my Posca pens to create some art. So I wanted to sketch a variety of cacti in a variety of pots in a variety of shapes. You definitely can't see much in these initial sketches, but I've got a little round one there on the left with a nice pretty flower, one of those ovular stacking ones in the middle, and then some taller, longer and leaner ones on the right. Okay, so I don't know if it's just the paper that I'm using, but I've used this black paper a couple times now. One of the times I use Sharpie and the other time I use these Posca pens, and it does not like Posca pens. It just beads up and the Posca pens just like tear up the paper and it gets all over the nib and then you can't get a fine line and it's so frustrating. And so I was kind of disappointed in the way that this ended up looking, but I went back in with a black pen, you'll see later, to kind of bring out some details. There were some places where the paper was just too far gone that I couldn't make it better. But I think overall it helped it a lot. But let me know if you guys know of any good black paper that doesn't get destroyed by Posca pens, because I feel like black paper is such the perfect thing for Posca pens because they're so vibrant. They're supposed to be paint pens. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being naive. They work great on the actual sketchbook material. They do beat up a little bit if I do too many layers, but with this, it's like that first layer. Oh, it's just awful. I really wish that this set came with a darker purple. I think I got the pastel set, so I understand why it's not a darker purple, but it's just so close to the pink color. I just wish it was more purpley. I really like the color purple, and I would appreciate it if it was actually purple. So I decided to go over it with a second coat, and I definitely think that helped. So maybe that's really just the lesson here, is that I need to be more patient and I need to allow it to dry with that first layer and not just try and get it to take the ink the first time round. But as I've said many times before, I am not a very patient artist, which is not a great quality in an artist. I do need to learn to be more patient. Yeah, I think this one on the right, like the spikes just look kind of awkward, and then I make them look even worse when I add line art to it. It's just a mess. It's a big old mess. So here, when I overlay the pink, you can definitely see that there's a difference between the pink and the purple, but it's really not that different. the purple still looks pink to me. So like I said, I decided to go over it with a micron pen to kind of try and define some things a little better and clean up the disgusting mess that was this doodle. I'm sorry guys, it was just such a mess. Trying to be positive, but this is one of those that just got me down. And here there's this part of the paper that is just all crumpled up and dead, and I keep trying to go over it and it just isn't working. It's so sad. I really like the way the top of this cactus turned out. I think the little scales, I mean they're not scales, but the like flower petals, that's not the right word, flower leafy things, they look, the scales, I think those look good. The flower on this one was another part where it was too far gone to be saved. Sad days. I think the white pot in the middle is my favorite, but the cactus in it is like, oh man. I think the left cactus is the best cactus, the middle pot is the best pot, and the right one is just a mess. I mean, let's be honest, the whole thing's a mess. But as I always say, you can't always have good art days. It seems like I've been having a lot of bad art days lately. I definitely think the line work improved the flower on the rightmost one, but the cactus probably could have done without it. Sorry, cactus. But I felt like it just looked like a blob, and I wanted to show that there's like a bunch of little cacti all piled up on top of each other, but you still pretty much can't tell, especially since this angle is horrible for looking at that side of the paper. Good job, Sierra. So I try one last attempt to line that dang flower on the left, but ultimately I just give up and just accept that it's hopeless. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed these little cactus doodles, even if they are kind of a mess. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.